Hey, what's going on, everybody? High Star Pro here with a new video. Today what I'm going to be doing is talking about the Zentorno. I'm going to be telling you all about it in case you don't know, about its real life variant, all kind of good stuff. So just stay through the whole video. You'll see all the points I need to make and whatnot. So starting off with the Zentorno. This is a car that came in 2014. I remember the day it dropped. It came with the Massacre, Huntley S. They gave the new interiors for the apartments. It was pretty cool. It was a great, it's called the High Life update. It was just a little DLC. Nothing major like lately. Nowadays they do all the huge businesses, or they'll add something, massive. But that's why we only get DLCs once every half year or a year now. Back then we were getting pretty much monthly DLCs. The business update came out, and then I think it was May that the High Life DLC came out. I could be wrong, but I think May of 2014. That's when the High Life came out. So when that came out, just a month later, the Turismo R came in, and that was, a brand new contender for the supercar class. I believe that was the first new supercar ever added. You know what I mean? After the OG cars, I don't think any other supercar was actually a DLC car. Yeah, business update, the first DLC car to ever be added for the super class was the Turismo, right? And after that came the Zentorno, which pretty much wiped the Turismo out of the water, at least on, acceleration and top speed and all that. The Turismo couldn't hang as much. Also, the Turismo's rear-wheel drive. This is all-wheel. But enough of the Turismo talk. What I want to be talking about today is the Zentorno, which is based on the Sesto Elemento. I don't care if your friends say it's a Veneno. It is not a Veneno. Okay, there is Veneno customization parts. There's this one spoiler that the Veneno has that you put on it. Rockstar has to switch cars up. They can't make it full Sesto Elementos that will get copyrighted. And if they get copyrighted ever, then they're in shit water. You know what I mean? If they get copyrighted for a car, if a company, wants to be douchebags, if they make it too close. Because they know Rockstar makes a lot of money for this game. So if Rockstar, makes a car too close, and they get copyrighted, then it's a whole big deal. And they'll have to pay lots of money. They'll have to compensate the company. But anyways, this is Sesto Elemento. I'm about to give you my reasoning why it is. It has the hexagonal vents on the back. That is a Sesto Elemento only thing. And you know what, actually, real quick, I want you to, after my video, of course, but I want you to do later, and do it sooner than later, because you'll forget probably. Go on YouTube, type in Top Gear Sesto Elemento. A video will come up from Top Gear. Make sure it's the one from Top Gear, though, because that's a professional company on or show on BBC, and these guys, rate the best of the best cars. The Sesto Elemento in real life is a super rare car. It came out for $2.2 million in 2011, I believe. Only 20 were made, though. In the whole world, there's only 20 Sesto Elementos. You should just watch the whole video because it is a monster. In real life, it's full carbon fiber. They did everything they could to make it as light as possible. Like I said, the whole thing is carbon fiber. It only weighs 2,002 pounds, which is very light. Other supercars are weighing in 3,000. McLaren P1, if that's one of your favorite supercars, that thing weighs in well over 3,000 something. And whereas the Sesto is only 2,002 pounds. That's a lot lighter. It's just an amazing car. The whole thing is just different. Like I said, 20 in the whole world. The McLaren P1, P1, it has more. It costed more. I think it was like a $3 million car or something out of the showroom. But the Sesto is worth more than the P1 now because only 20 were made, whereas there was 64 P1s made in 50 or no, there was 300 some regular P1s, and then there was 57 of the LM version or something like that. I don't really know, but I'm just saying this car is more rare in real life. But in the game, it's only 725,000, and a lot of people call it a noob car, which I'm gonna get into later. But yeah, watch that video on Top Gear, and you'll see the hexagonal vents is a Sesto Elemento only feature. No other car has it. None. Zero. Okay? So right there. And then these little things that go down the car, the vents, actually, yeah, that's what they are. They're vents. That is on the Sesto Elemento only as well. Them vents right there, them 2 vents. That's the Sesto Elemento thing. Okay. When you come up to the front of the car, these triangles, those are on the Sesto Elemento only. And the whole body shape of the car is reminiscent of the Sesto Elemento. Okay, so right there, I just want to let you know, if you look on GTA Wiki, they'll tell you it has some of the Veneno inspiration, you know, and it's just a few parts to avoid copyright, but this car is mostly based off the Sesto as much as it can be. So I'm just making that clear, because people think it's based off the Veneno, and that's completely wrong. If you put the other spoiler on, you can make it more like a Veneno, but the Veneno will never have the triangle things on front, I don't know what they're called, but or the hexagonal vents on the back for the engine to cool it. Now, this is the closest paint job I can get to having it this Sesto Elemento. Obviously, there's no full carbon fiber paint job, so I went with a matte with a I think a silver pearlescent. I don't know. One of the pearlescents I did though on the matte. It's not a matte black. It's a light gray, I think, or something. Anyways, though, with the pearlescent, and I did that, and it looks really cool. Because in real life, the Sesto Elemento, even though it's carbon fiber, it has this like kind of like, you know, like a silverish glow to it, like this. And that is because it has crystals embedded in the paint. They didn't want to paint over the carbon, because paint actually weighs enough. I mean, like I said, they were going for every pound off of this car. The seats aren't even seats, they're like paper thin. I mean, it's just nuts how, and that is how they got it to 2,007 pounds. Now you got to think it has a engine in it that is, you know, probably weighs a lot on its own. It's a V10, so that weighs a lot on its own. It's 570 horsepower, which you're probably thinking it's not a lot, but sometimes it isn't all about being, you know, having the most horsepower. The McLaren P1 came out after the Elemento, and it has 900 horsepower, I think, over 9. With the electric engines, it's over 900 some horsepower, but it weighs more than 1,000 pounds more, and it's actually slower. The P1 goes 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. The Sesto goes 0 to 62 in 2.5 seconds. So it goes a second faster, plus 2 miles an hour faster. So it's a better car, and the other stats are better too. You know what I mean? The Sesto was just a great creation. But I want to get more into the GTA version of it. I just wanted to tell you it's definitely 100% Sesto Elemento inspired. There is no other car. This car's trying to be more than a Sesto, and it is. It's the Sesto. It's just no one does the Sesto paint job. But this is the only paint job that a Sesto would have. Like the carbon black look with the red secondary. You know, the red vents and the red triangles. It just gives it an amazing look. But yeah, I'm going to get in real quick. I want to show you the startup sound of it, which is amazing, so I'll be quiet. That is with me not even pressing the gas or anything. It's just one of them cars that they made real well. I think the only other car to do this is the Turismo R, but there might be others. But I know the Turismo R definitely 100% does it, and this does it too. So I'll let you hear that one more time. I'll get in once he starts it. It's just a high-pitched rev. Okay, now I'll show you the interior. It actually is more detailed than you would think for it being a returning car. On the seats, it has the Pegassi logo, which I think is amazing. It adds, you know, even from outside the car, you can see them 2 Pegassi logos, one on each seat. I mean, it just looks cool. It does. I think the orange gauges really fit the car too. I like this car. I know it shares the same interior as some other cars like the Jester and whatnot, but I love it. It also has a Pegassi symbol on or logo right there on the floor mat. I don't know if it has one on the other floor mat. We could check. No, it does not. Oh yeah, it does. Yep. I take that back. Look right there. Yep. So Pegassi's on the floor mats and the seat, and it just is a really awesome looking car. So I'll get in it again. That's the sound from the inside. You can see it just revs on its own. If I hit R1, it would, you know what I mean? There's no way to get that perfect rev. Every time I would try to rev it, it just goes up real high. So, I mean, even if I'm barely touching it, it just can't do that low rev sound. But it does when, you know what I mean, when the car does it itself. I just love this car. The back of it is all carbon fiber as well, right there, and then the doors are carbon fiber. It's just an amazing car. It really is. I'm gonna let you hear it outside, and then we're gonna talk about how the community feels about this car lately. This car just looks so mean. I don't care what anyone says. You're seeing it in the custom shop the whole time, and you're probably like, yeah, I mean, it's alright looking, but this car is all that. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Pulled it right out in front of me. Alright. So now that you heard it, I want to talk about the community. Most people actually consider this a noob car, and it's true. This car is the best bang for your buck. $725,000 on the Legendary Motorsport website. That's cheaper than a lot of sports classic and even some muscle at this point. So, you know, it's just crazy for a supercar. Also on Brophy, or Broggy or whatever, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. I didn't do it to be disrespectful. He does really cool detailed races. You know, he has this custom track he made with a lot of turns and stuff, and he shows, you know, each car. There's 48 supercars. He did every single one from 48 to 1, which one's the fastest. Now, sometimes people will have personal driving preferences, so maybe he's better with all-wheel drive cars than a rear wheel. So I don't, you know, it's never 100% accurate, but that's with any YouTuber. It would be very hard if you're the one driving the car to be 100% accurate, but at least it shows a rough example. But out of 48 supercars, the Zentorno is 13, and there's a lot of all-wheel drive cars behind it, so that definitely means that the Zentorno is a god. You know what I mean? Considering there's 48 cars, Zentorno being 13 and being 6 years old and $725K is a bargain. And that's why a lot of people call it a noob car. The T20 is $2.2 million, and it's number 18 or 19, I believe. And, you know, Cyrus is, you know, behind that. And like, there's a lot of cars that cost way more. The Tyrus is $2.5 million. That's, you know, like even like in the 20s. So price doesn't make a car what it is. Just some are pretty pricey and quick too because they're new. But the Zentorno around a track kills it. It murders it. Sometimes it can understeer. If 2 or more wheels come off the ground, it'll spin out and stuff. But if you learn how to drive with it, how to approach corners, you know, to let off the gas and whatnot, it just murks it. You know, picks up speed really quick again. It has that raw, old, last-gen feel, and that's why I like it so much. But anyways, the community, again, $725K, a lot of noobs buy it. And they don't buy it because it's a Sesto Elemento like me. No, they buy it because of $725K, and they heard it was a good car. You know what I mean? Like, that's why they buy it. They don't care what it is in real life. They don't care if it, you know, if it's a piece of crap. Like, if it's in the super class and it's a quick car for, you know, for their price range, they're taking it. And it's true, it beats a lot of the, you know, $2 million cars in the game. It does. You know, and I love it though. It's a Sesto Elemento. I'm glad it does. I really am glad. You know, and I love driving it. But these kids, they paint it with their lowrider rims and their bullcrap. And, you know, it just sucks. And that's what really gets the name. The Zentorno was also a very played out car. The Zentorno is one of them cars that it came out in 2014, and we had a drought of supercars after it came out. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't until like way the next summer in like 2015 that we started getting a few more. You know, we got the Osiris and the T20, but then we went from $725K to 1.9 million and then 2.2 million. And everyone was like, wait, why would I buy these expensive cars when the Zentorno is actually better on a, it's better on a track. I think the T20 Osiris had a better acceleration and top speed. So, that might have been, and it wasn't by much, trust me. Actually, I think the top speed was the same that I think of it. I tested it before. The Zentorno is the identical top speed like the Osiris and the T20. It's just they pick up speed a little bit better on acceleration. I'm talking the slightest bit, so they're pretty much neck to neck on all that. So for a car that's pretty much neck to neck to them for like half the price, less than half the price, because it'd only be, it'd be 1.4 million and 50,000. So, 1,450,000 for two Zentornos, whereas you're paying 1.9 for Osiris or 2.2 for a T20. It's just like, wow, it's really not worth it. And then after that, though, we started getting the variety. They started really pouring in supercars, and that's when and even for a while there, though, it wasn't until like 2016 when the Zentorno whole thing really died down all the way. After 2016, the Zentorno started being a little bit of a rare sight. We're in 2020 now, so it's a super rare sight. I'm just talking about calming down. I'm not even talking about all the way, but 2016, that's when the Zentorno really started fading to most people. And now, honestly, it is true. All you really see with it is low ranks, because a lot of people aren't car people in GTA, and if they are, they're not really into exotic cars all like that. They either pick muscle tuner, they want the stuff that's not exotic. But if you get the Zentorno, you paint them Sesto Elemento colors, it really comes together. It really does. It's just an amazing car. Trust me, the vents aren't there for Rockstar's own creation. That's what a lot of people think. Everyone's like, oh, the Zentorno's so ugly. Why did they put the vents on the back? And it's like, dude, it is a Sesto Elemento. It needs the vents. It's to cool the engine. I know it's GTA and it doesn't make a damn difference, but a Sesto Elemento has them to bring air into the engine. And damn right, if you're bringing a Sesto in the game, it needs to have them. It's not Rockstar's own screwing around. It's the what it is. It's a Sesto. It needs the vents to be close to the real life car. Now it's just like I said, the price is the only thing that sucks on it, just because it gets called a noob car. If it was more expensive, it wouldn't be getting called a noob car. It sucks. It really does. At least to me, that they added. For that low, but you got to think it was 2014. No ways to make money. 725K. It's just now with the ways to make money, being up there, and so now we have more ways to make money. So 725K can be obtained easily. So a lot of newbies have this car. One lucky thing I have though is mine has green windows right here. I'm trying to stop so I could show you. I don't know if you can really see, but yes, they're green tint windows. And it has Benny wheel spindles with pure white, unselected, or ice white, I should say. Ice white wheel color that's unselected, along with, what else does it have? Oh yeah, the North Yankton license plate, it's blank. It's an awesome car, it really is, and I just love it. So no one could get this exact Zentorno even if they tried, and I just love driving around in game. I do. The interior is nice, the car is nice, it sounds nice. With bumps it hits a $140, $145. I mean, it's still, it's raw power from last gen. And that's what really makes me like it. 2014, amazing car. Thinking of it being 6 years old, you know what I mean? Either someone who's really tied up on nostalgia would drive this, someone who really knows what the Elemento is, and most of those people are honestly playing Forza. I'm on PS4, so I couldn't get Forza if I wanted to, which I do want to, but they don't make it for PS4. It's an Xbox only exclusive, unfortunately, because it is the best racing game out there, the most realistic at least. Need for Speed's a really good game, but it's nowhere near as realistic. It's more like an not arcade, but like it's just nowhere near realism that the level of Forza. But yeah, I mean, this is it. Sesto Elemento, and no one ever has this paint job on theirs. They really don't. I'm just crashing now because I'm done caring. No one has this paint job on their Sesto Elemento though. I swear, it's nuts. No one cares to have a legitimate Sesto, and I just think it's because a lot of people don't know about it. It's a car that was made in 2011, so there's not a lot of hype on it. You know what I mean? Like, only 20 cars were made. It's one of them super rare cars that it's like, if you know about it, you know it's like the king. You know what I mean? It's one of them cars that is just all that amazing. You know, but it's the Huracan so hyped up. You know, you see them everywhere. You know, every rich person has a Huracan, so you know about the Huracan. You know, it's like the Tempesta or whatever is the Huracan. You know, everybody knows about that one because, you know, it's a cheap Lamborghini. It's only like, what, 400K or 300K for a nice Huracan. And, you know, they're not limited production. It's a Lamborghini that's mass produced, at least through exotic car standards. I'm not saying it's produced as much as a Toyota Corolla, but it's produced to where any person with money can obtain it. Now the Zentorno, aka Sesto Elemento, is a car with 20 in the world, so if anybody ever crashed theirs, they probably got to fix them. I'm just saying, if for any reason a Zentorno, you know, or I keep saying Zentorno, if a Sesto Elemento for any reason, you know, got totaled all the way, then we're down to 19, you know, and you never know. So it's just a super rare car, and I just think that's the main reason people are like, don't know about it. When only 20 cars are made back in 2011, if you're a true fan of Lamborghini, or, you know, a true, you know, fan of cars, you would probably know about it. But I mean, I get it. If you ever watched the movie Need for Speed, not the game, there was a movie back in 2014, I believe, or 2015, I think 2014. It was just a movie called Need for Speed. You should look it up. Really great movie. At the very end though, this guy named Dino, he had a Sesto Elemento, and they raced it against a Koenigsegg Agera R, and it was smoking the Agera R, dude. It was, I mean, it was like, and that's truly what would happen, at least on a track like that. The Sesto Elemento isn't a top speed car. I think it only does like 214 or 210. It is made for the track. It is not meant to hit insane top speeds. It is meant to get going quick. 2.5 seconds, 0 to 60, 0 to 100, probably even quicker. 0 to 200 probably does super quick. It's just, you know, it's made for a track. It's made to hit turns, you know, take them like a champ. And then once they get on the, you know, after the turn and have to start going straight again, it's meant to pick up that speed real quick. It actually does that pretty well in the game, if I have to say so myself. Like, watch me take this turn. Like, I will... I mean, see, it does pick up, you know, speed pretty good. You know, even in the game. So, you know, but in real life, it's just, like I said, it's a track car. It's not meant like the Koenigsegg Agera R does 270 or something nuts. Where, you know what I mean, it started catching it on top speed, I gotta admit. But the only reason that Agera R won that race is probably, for one, it was in the script. Dino was the bad guy of the movie in a way. He was this rich guy, he had all this money. And this one little mechanic guy, he had to deliver a car, and Dino got a... I'm not going to ruin the movie for you, you just got to watch it yourself. The good guys always win usually in movies, so, you know, Dino lost. But he was driving, you know, the typical villain car. It's black and red. I mean, it fit him so well. I'm pulling up in a Sesto, 20 cars made to do this long race. And it was just great. I love the Sesto. I do. And I haven't really cared too much for keeping it beautiful in this video, unfortunately. I would like to end it on a note of it being beautiful. If I was racing, it'd be different. I'm just cruising and talking. It's going to be a super long video, though. You know, if someone stayed through it, all props to you, and please look it up, do some research on it. I think you'll end up falling in love with the Zentorno all over again. If you haven't already, you will. Because you'll see the Sesto Elemento is just the king of cars. I love it. I mean, we'll go around it once real quick. I mean, look at it. Oh, I love it. To me, it looks like an amazing machine. but I get it if someone else doesn't think it does. And I think all the pink ones with lowrider rims from these low ranks really ruined the image of it. And even the Turismo R lately, the Turismo R came with the free Criminal Enterprise starter pack. And the only thing that's bad about that is they gave the GTA 5 for free to everybody a couple weeks ago or something. It was GTA 5. If you wanted it, you could download it for free. And you got the starter pack with it to get you started in GTA. It gives you all kinds of businesses off the rip. It gives you some free cars to get going, like supercars. So I think the Turismo R is one of them. The Turismo R is really the noob car now, you know, because now that the game's free, I mean, when something's free, everyone gets it. Free stuff sells. And I guess Rockstar figured, you know, I'm not selling any more copies, or at least for the most part, so we'll make it free, get people hooked, they'll buy shark cars, we'll make money. And a lot of people are doing it, and just get the player base up as well. But yeah, so the Turismo R, you know, I always did love that car, and it was only $500K. It, you know, it's cheap now. I mean, it's free to them, so everyone's rocking Turismo R's now. If you've been seeing a lot of the Turismo R's in your lobby lately, and you're like, what is up with this? You know, this car's 6 years old, why all of a sudden is everyone buying it? It's because they got it for free. You know, I don't know what else they got for free, but I definitely know the Turismo R's included, and they get that for free. At least it wasn't a Zentorno. I'd be really mad if there's a million Zentornos. I barely see Zentornos. I see a few noobs here and there with it, and that's really it. Turismo R I've been seeing everywhere. So my Zentorno still is rare on the streets, which makes me happy. It's not all the way, you know, it's just a lot of people see it and think, oh, that's a cheap car, and my $2 million car is better. Which is like, dude, I have your $2 million car, I just prefer to drive this, you know. But anyways, that's me signing out. Let me know your thoughts on the Zentorno, if you think it's just a played out buggy, you know, from last gen, or you think it really is a beautiful car if you get the, you know, real paint scheme and stuff going. You let me know. Peace out. Subscribe if you want. If you don't want to, hey, if you're here, if you've been with me the whole time, props. You are awesome. Thank you all. Bye.